Hey everyone, RobloxDev here, back with another one where today we're looking at math functions, which help you when you're doing math in your script. So insert a new script into a workspace or server script service, and you can name it anything you want. I like naming my scripts. I named it math functions. So from there we can go open the script by double clicking it, and we can get started. So a quick recap of the print function we learned in the first video of this series, where you can type print. And in here, you can type anything you want. For example, if I wrote tomato, and we ran the game, as you can see, here in the output, it printed tomato. And that's because I told it to. As you can see, if I click on it, it brings us to the script because it shows me where it happened. So if we just make our output a little bit smaller, close this random plugin, and let's get started. So let's start with rounding numbers. You can use math.floor and math.ceil. I'll explain what I mean. So we can type print, and in here I'm going to leave spaces there to make it easier to see, but math.floor, and in here you type in, like any number you want. So ignore this, like the number, this is the number, the integer. Here's the function. The function is this, right? There's the core function, math.floor. And in here, if we just look at it, maybe it'll tell us if I do it like this. There we go. Number x returns the largest integer smaller than or equal to than x. So what this means is it floors it, it brings it down. So even though that this would round up normally, it's going to bring it down to 5. So if we were to print math.floor 5.7, it's going to bring it down to 5 and print 5. Because this function here, it becomes 5, and print just prints it. And if you remember, we don't have to put integers inside strings. As you can see, it printed 5. But if I quickly change this to math.ceil, returns the smallest integer larger or equal. So what this does is it increases the value no matter what. As you can see, it returns 6 this time with the same number. So if we were to make this back to 2, it would still round the number up to the nearest 1. So math.floor and math.ceil is just used for rounding numbers. Next, let's go to math.huge. This number right here, guys, it returns, you don't have to put anything in here, it just returns the largest possible number. It's larger than the largest possible number you ever thought could exist. It's larger than infinity times infinity. It's just the biggest number there is. As you can see, it attempted to call a number value. It's just erroring because usually what this does is it returns infinite, right? So it returns INF. But since it's not in a string, I guess, I'm not sure what the issue is. It's just not going to print it. But what it would say is INF. I don't know, it's not. There it is. INF, so you don't put the brackets. Infinite, because infinity times infinity is infinity. So I'm just going to write that. Basically, it just returns the largest possible number. Now let's go through one of the most common ones that people use. It's called, let's actually use a function here. So let's go local number equals, and our function. And in here we can do print number. So if we already learned variables, so let's get right into this. So this one's going to be math. This function will be called math.random. And as you can see, it says number m and number n. What this means is you can put two numbers and it's going to return a number between the two numbers. So math.random 1 and 10, it can return a number between 1 through 10. So we said local number is equal to any number between 1 and 10. So it's going to print any number between 1 and 10 there. As you can see, it printed 5 because that's a number between 1 and 10. We also learned about loops. So what we can do is probably, and if you don't understand this, don't worry. I'm going to explain it more thoroughly and maybe it's going to have its own video. So there you go. Now what it's just going to do is it's going to constantly return a number between 1 and 10. There you go. All these numbers between 1 and 10. Infinitely. As I've put it in a loop. Anyways, let's get out of this loop and go back. So that's math.random. Just returns a number between 2. And I've been told not to do this, right, from where I learned. So let's actually check it out. 10, 1. There you go. So your first number needs to be smaller, always. Like that. The next function we're going to look at is math.pi. And you could always just write 3.14. But math.pi returns pi with every digit. just like on your calculator. If you do 2 times 3.14 and 2 times the actual pi button on the calculator, you're going to get 2 different answers. So let's do it right here. 3.14 times 2, right? This will obviously give us our simple, 6.28. We all know this. But if we do math.pi, we should get, there you go, a longer string. Because what it did is it got every digit of pi and put it there. I'm actually not sure if it returns every digit, as you can see. Maybe it's because it was too long and shortened it or something like that. But it returns more digits, and it's better to use instead of typing out 3.14. The next thing we're going to look at is math.pow. What this does is, so if, I'm just going to write down, obviously, math.power. So number x and number y, what this does is it puts a number to the power of another. So we know that 2 to the power of 4. This, let's just go with 3 to the power of 5. So what this does is, well, actually, let's demonstrate it. So if you guys don't know what powers are, you'll learn them in school. So as you can see, return 343. Let's try 3 to the power of 3. This will obviously return 27. Why? Because 3 times 3, 9, right? So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 again is 27. What happened is it needs to multiply 3 by itself 3 times, I guess. So what it did is it took 3 times 3, so that's already 1 3 used up. Obviously this could be like 4, right? And it would return like 3, let's just use this calculator here that we've made. It returns 81. Let's go with absolute value now, so math.abs. So if I were to do math.abs 50, it would print 50. If I were to do math.abs negative 50, it would print 50. Now, if in math class your teacher has told you that absolute value is the number always in positive, that's correct, but that's also very wrong. Absolute value is actually how close the number is to 0. How many, you know what I mean, right? How close it is from 0. So it doesn't, absolute value does not convert a number from negative to positive. Absolute value is always putting the number's distance from 0, right? So if I were to put 999, it would give me 999. If I were to do negative 999, negative 999 is 999 away from 0, which is why I printed that, as you can see. So that's pretty useful as well. Anyways, this was a pretty quick tutorial on math functions. I hope you enjoyed and definitely learned something. You will be using these. Watch the video again if you do need to. And you can join my public Discord server for any help with scripting. I will respond to you. Thank you for watching this video.